Hey guys, this is Crash Legend 25 here, and I'm going to be speaking in defense of the game Shadow the Hedgehog, released in 2005 by Sega. Now, I know a lot of you believe that Shadow the Hedgehog is a really bad game, especially for Sonic standards, considering the fact that, it's not really Sonic at all. It's supposed to be Shadow's own game, each with his own, perspectives and shit like that. But yeah, I don't really think Shadow the Hedgehog is all too bad of a game, especially after seeing something like Sonic 06 exist. Shadow the Hedgehog to me is really nothing more than, Sonic Heroes, which is a great game, except more of like a modded version of Sonic Heroes. It controls exactly like Sonic Heroes. First off, the rings falling down slow and all that shit like that. The way the character moves, jumps, falls, everything from the graphics, just absolutely everything is, bottom line, Sonic Heroes. And you could take a look at it too, and you'll be instantly reminded of Sonic Heroes when you play Shadow the Hedgehog, because it's damn near the same thing. I don't even believe that it's been ran on a different system other than Renderware. I honestly don't believe that at all. I mean, when you look at it, it looks just like Sonic Heroes. But yeah, the storyline is a bit, wonky on that side. But I really do think that in defense, it does help answer questions that were, left unanswered in Sonic Adventure 2. I just wish they could have, thought a little more around the edges on the story, because a lot of people actually feel that the storyline of Shadow the Hedgehog is somewhat lacking because of the perspective of you being able to make Shadow anything you want him to be, only for a final story to come out and say, well, what you want Shadow to be doesn't matter because this is him. But people need to really think about this though. Shadow had to have a final ending, bottom line, because if he didn't have if he basically didn't have a final ending, where would he be in Sonic 06? Where would he be in the rest of the games? It would be kind of pointless. No one would know if he was good, bad, or anything like that. I know you could probably, use this in defense and say, well, why even introduce this system of being good or bad or anything like that? It's because, bottom line, it was for the principle of fun. And yeah, the hero missions are the worst out of the bunch. I will literally say that, because the hero missions are way harder than the neutral and the dark. But from what I've been playing, this game has been really fun. Yeah, it's had a few frustrating moments, but to me, I actually like that challenge, because I didn't get much of that from, your typical Sonic game. Shadow the Hedgehog is actually a game that gives you a challenge, and I really like that. It doesn't feel too boring to me, and I would recommend it. I know a lot of game reviewers have actually shot down this game, but the truth is, it has more depth than possibly any Sonic game that existed before or even after it. I mean, more than Sonic and the Secret Rings. I mean, more than Sonic Colors, more than Sonic Unleashed, more than the classics, more than Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, all of those combined. I mean, just being able to branch your way through levels depending on what you do is a clever concept. I just wish it was more, it was executed better. Like you could, go back to the stage instead of starting over every time, because that means you have to play like Westeropolis like 10 times or whatnot. But overall, it's not too bad. I recommend you give it a shot. Shadow the Hedgehog is overall a good game. You don't have to agree, but that's how I feel on it. I like the weapons combat. I like the fact that it automatically locks on when you're shooting. It just would have been better if you could use like, a lock-on system for bazookas and shit like that. But then again, it's Sonic controls. Just run up to them, shoot them, and there you go. The vehicles are just complete ass. We already know that. Won't even get into that. But just seeing that they added vehicles and guns and stuff like that to this game that was pretty much already a, overall good game, that's a great idea. But a lot of people will shoot this game down simply because it has Shadow in it or whatsoever, and I think that's just basically stupid. And another thing is, when people be saying these are bad games, well, yeah, in defense of that, people don't complain about these games mostly because, they're just bad in Sonic, since a lot of people, like reviewers and such, actually bitch about these games because they're bad games, period. This isn't one of those games. This game actually got mixed reviews, meaning that there's people who actually like it, and then there's people who don't like it. So if you don't like it, I can understand. You have every reason not to like it, because personally this game shouldn't have been made. And I like it though. I'm just saying, I know that it shouldn't have been made. It's completely pointless. We got a whole game about it and we didn't really need it. All we needed was a short summary in Sonic Heroes. But they were generous enough to give us a combat game, which is the closest thing to a teen rating from Sonic. The cursing's pretty funny. I know it comes off to be immature, but at the same time, other games do it too. So I can't really knock this game for going in that direction either. Shadow the Hedgehog is overall good. I like it. It may not be the most polished game at its time, but the graphical, qualities of the game is still somewhat stunning. And, the graphics always has that Sonic Adventure 1, 2 Heroes sort of feel to it, although it's darker because of the setting and stuff, whole apocalyptic feel to it and whatnot. I actually like teaming up with good, bad, or just taking my own route. It's like the game actually gives you choices, and that's cool. They need to make more like that, but most likely they won't anyway, because, well, of course, it's Sega, and the fans pretty much suck, so that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Shadow the Hedgehog is good, and yeah, if you guys don't like it, oh well. But at least like the video for opinion's sake. This has been Crash Legend 25, and I'll see you around in the next video. Bye.